Hello, I'm Amanda.
I'm Emily.
Okay. Emily, today I have to do a school social work assessment. This is just a school assignment. I may ask some difficult questions, and you can refuse to answer anything that makes you uncomfortable at any time. This is completely confidential. Anything said here will only be reviewed by myself and my instructor, and then immediately erased, deleted. This is not to diagnose or treat any issues. Are you okay with trying to answer a few questions with me?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, Emily, how old are you?
I'm 15.
And what race do you identify as?
White, Caucasian.
Okay. Both your parents white, Caucasian? Yeah. Okay. Emily, what sexual orientation would you classify yourself as?
Heterosexual.
Hetero? Not bi, not okay. All right. Now, being 15, I assume you're not married. Boyfriend, girlfriend? Anything?
I've had a boyfriend for 3 months.
Okay. And what's his name?
Charlie.
Okay. Things going good with Charlie?
Yeah.
Good. How old's Charlie?
He's gonna be 17 this year.
Okay. And who all lives in the home with you, Emily?
My mom, my stepdad, and my 2 younger sisters.
Okay. You have any really close friendships, a best friend?
I mean, like my friend Olivia, my friend Daisy, Jackson, Charlie.
And these are all friends from school?
Yeah.
Or what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th.
Are all of these friends in 10th grade, or some older, some younger?
Charlie's in 11th grade.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, most of my friends are in 10th grade. 10th or 11th.
Okay. Now, where do you live, Emily? Y'all live in an apartment?
It's a double wide trailer.
Double wide trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Yeah, I get my own room.
Well, that's good. Weird question. Is there enough food in the house? Do you ever?
I mean, we never go hungry.
No.
Mm-mm.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You ride the bus to school, or?
I drive.
You drive? What do you drive?
It's a 2008 Chevy Equinox.
What color is it?
Blue.
Is this the house you grew up in, or?
I mean, I've been in this house for like 5 years. Before that, we were in a smaller trailer.
Okay. Still here in Saluda, or?
Yeah. Like I was born in a military base up in North Carolina, and then we didn't stay there for long. We lived in North Carolina for a couple of years, in Lexington for a couple of years, and then we lived over by my grandma. And then when my mom and dad split up, we moved in with my now stepdad.
Okay. It sounds like a lot of moving when you were small. Do you remember a lot of that?
Not really. It never really bothered me. Or I don't think.
So all the moving, and how was the divorce? Do you remember a whole lot of it, or were you small?
Not really. I was 4. So, I mean, it kind of, like, I remember stories, but nothing really.
Okay. You get along good with both parents, or?
I'm definitely a lot closer with my mom. Me and my dad, he's really immature. So, like, we fight a lot and argue a lot, and I don't agree with a lot of things that he does. But, I mean, I guess, like...
You see him often?
Yeah, every other weekend and every Wednesday when he's not busy.
Okay. If I had to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, your quality of life, how you enjoy life, enjoy just...
An 8 or 9.
What would make it a 10?
I don't know. I don't think it could be a 10. You know what I mean? Like, life's not going to be perfect.
I can take that. But as far as all the moving and the divorce and the changing and even moving into a new house just, 4 or 5 years ago, I mean...
I love my new house. Like, I really don't care.
And I guess being in the same area, you didn't
Yeah.
really lose friends or anything like that. I mean, sometimes moving from a different neighborhood by
Yeah.
itself, you know. You
I mean, I
just-
have lost friends, but like, you know what I mean? It's not, moving around doesn't bother me.
Okay. What type of activities in the community are you involved in?
My church youth group.
Yeah, youth group.
I do the ROTC at my school, Beta Club, Honor Society, all that good stuff. That's about it. Journalism. I'm in journalism. I'm sorry, I'm sick.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, this one gets a little touchy, but traumatic life events. I know there were recently deaths in the community. I know there were high schoolers.
They were. One was a junior, one was a senior. I was never really close with them, but like being in a small town, it kind of affects everybody. So it's kind of like that secondhand feeling. You know what I mean? And like some of my friends were really close to them, so it's kind of like grieving for them.
I understand. Any other major stressors that have bothered you that you can think of?
When I was in ninth grade, that was last year. When I was in like, I don't know, I think I was 9 or 10. I think that's why I said ninth grade. But I was 9 or 10. My dad was trying to get custody of me and my sister and accused my stepbrother of like touching me, which he wasn't, but it was like a big deal and a lot of drama, and it was bad. It wasn't good. But so I mean that, but
How'd you deal with that? I mean, what?
I don't know. I mean, like my brother was taken out of the house because he couldn't be around me. It was court between my mom and my dad. A lot of arguing. I felt like it was my fault. Family was mad at me. Family was mad at my family. You know what I mean? Like it was just a lot at one time.
Now, have you seen your brother since?
Yeah.
Or?
Once they like found out that like he didn't do anything, he was back in the house. But like, you know what I mean? Like everything kind of, I felt like it was my fault.
Now, is there any history of abuse? I mean, has anybody touched you inappropriately?
No sexual abuse, no physical abuse. As far as like emotional abuse or whatever, I don't really think it is. But like I've talked about it with my mom, and she's like, it is and it isn't. Me and my dad, like my dad said some like really hurtful things, so like verbal or emotional or whatever. But I mean, nothing that I can really think of.
Have you ever found yourself wanting to be or being violent towards yourself, towards other, hitting your head against the wall to release stress? I mean, it happens. Harming yourself in any way?
I mean, when I get like really mad or whatever, sometimes I take it out on my sisters, or especially Natalie. We fight a lot, physically and like just verbally or whatever, like yelling at each other. But I can't. I don't know. Just that kind of stuff. Like it's just like sister fighting.
Have you ever left bruises on her? I mean, has there ever been any?
No, not really. I mean, it's like scratches from our nails and stuff, but like that's just stuff like that. But
Go in there with your daddy, please.
What are you doing?
I have to do a school assignment. Go with your dad.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna count to 3. 1.
I
I'm a mom of 3 girls. Things get stressful. Keep going. Okay. At least I know where we were, right?
yes.
Honestly, we got that one. Have you ever been hospitalized?
When I was 4, I broke my collarbone, so I had to go to the hospital for that. On my 11th birthday, I fell on the porch, broke my ankle. But other than that, not really. Just like for other people, like I've been to the hospital, but those are only two things that like I've been in the hospital for.
You ever been under psychiatric care in a hospital?
No.
Um, chronic illnesses. This would be asthma, migraines, anything that you have had or still see a doctor regularly for.
I mean, I have anxiety. Would that be?
Anxiety. I mean, that's definitely a chronic illness.
Yeah, I have really bad anxiety, so I'm on medication for that. But that's about it. I don't have asthma or anything.
Okay. You know what kind of medication you're on for anxiety?
It starts with an S, but I can never remember the name of it. I think it's Sertra, someone.
How's it working for you?
Well, I'm on the lowest dosage just because, like, I just started back in August. But, I think it's been helping me because I feel like I can kind of concentrate on one thing instead of being overwhelmed by everything. So, I mean, I think it helps.
Okay. Besides the anxiety, is there anything else that you see a doctor regularly for now?
Checkups. I mean, that's about it.
Okay. Any other type of, I guess, non-traditional care that you'd be under? I know a lot of people believe in the essential oils and stuff like that.
I know.
I've seen anything homeopathic, anything not, I guess, medication-wise.
Not really.
Okay. I know with the anxiety medication, sometimes sleep can be tricky. Are you sleeping?
I think I sleep pretty good. I go to bed anywhere between 10 to 11 on like school nights. Sometimes I'll stay up till like 1 in the morning on weekends. Last night I stayed up till 3 because I was having a sleepover with my friend Olivia. And then I wake up on school days. I wake up between 6 and 6:30, and then on weekends I tend to wake up between like 9 to 11.
You sleep solid through the night, or you find yourself waking up a lot? Or?
Not a lot, but like sometimes like I have to wake up to go to the bathroom or get a glass of water or something.
But you're able to go right back to sleep.
It's not hard for me to sleep.
Okay. It's not hard for you to sleep. You find yourself falling asleep in classes or anything like that, or?
I took a biology class last year that I attended. I slept through it a lot. But that was just because he just taught.
Sometimes. How are you eating? What's your favorite food? Let's start there. What's your favorite food? Favorite thing to eat?
I don't know. I really like pizza. But like, I like pizza for breakfast. Like day after pizza is so much better than when you first have it.
Definitely. But you find yourself eating roughly 3 meals a day, or?
I mean, I usually don't eat breakfast. I'll do like a small, like a pack of gummies or something, because my little sister, I can just grab one out of the cabinet. But no, I don't usually eat breakfast. Every Sunday, my stepdad cooks like he'll do pancakes or he'll do grits and eggs or something like that. So we eat on Sundays, and then on Saturdays we'll do like cereal or something. But I don't usually eat breakfast on the weekdays. For lunch, I'll usually do just whatever's at school, or I'll skip and get a snack when I get home. And then for dinner, my mom usually cooks, and if not, then my stepdad cooks.
So you're eating roughly 3 meals a
Yeah.
day. You may fudge on breakfast a little bit, but okay. How much caffeine are you taking in?
Well, I don't drink coffee.
Caffeine's also in a lot of candies and chocolates and
I am a bad snacker,
sodas.
and I do probably about a soda a day, if not more. But I try to balance it out with water. So like for every soda I drink, I also drink a bottle of water every night. So, and then I try to take one to school with me. So like I do drink a lot of water, but then I also drink a lot of sodas and like sweet tea. I don't think that has caffeine.
The tea has caffeine. Yes, it does.
Well, I do tea a lot. So I mean that, but
they make decaffeinated tea. Something to think about. Tobacco. I don't just mean cigarettes. I mean vape pens or pods or
Jules uses.
There you go, Jules. You using those?
I don't smoke cigarettes or anything, but like I have like been around vapes and stuff. I've done them very, very, very rarely, but I have.
Very rarely. Once a week, once a day.
Literally like once a month. Like I rarely do it, except when I'm like with a couple of my friends or whatever, and they have one. I'll be like, whatever.
Is that a matter of feeling pressured to do it, or
No, I just want to.
no? Is it the tobacco ones, or is it all the fruity flavor ones?
The fruity flavored ones.
What kind of exercise are you getting in these days?
Being an ROTC, I do like PT Fridays, but other than that, I don't really exercise like I should.
I mean, just a walk around the block, something to ease your mind.
I mean,
or
sometimes
like
my mom kicks me out the house to go play with my sisters, if that counts. So we'll do like swing sets, or we'll walk through the woods and see what we can find, or I don't really know if that counts. But I mean, sometimes I do that. And then I'm also interested in photography, so sometimes I'll walk outside and take pictures and stuff. But I'm usually not out for long because I just, not my thing.
Okay, so exercising is not a stress reliever for you.
No.
What do you use for stress relief?
I listen to a lot of music and Netflix and sleep. Naps, Netflix, and music are those are my three things.
Those are your go-tos. What kind of music are you listening to?
I listen to a lot of things. Do you know what TikTok is?
I do know what TikTok is.
I have a whole playlist full of nothing but like songs that I've seen on TikToks.
Do you do the whole moves and everything?
I know some of them. But yeah, so I listen to a lot of TikTok music, but then like country music, I've grown up on that. I listen to literally anything.
And Netflix.
Oh yeah.
What are we watching on Netflix these days?
I've watched all of the Friends series. I've watched all of the Glee series. I've watched a bunch of other series. Right now I'm in the middle of, or I'm on like season 11 of Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, that's a good one. Okay. Do you know if you have a family history of any psychiatric issues? I know you have anxiety. Do your parents?
I don't think so. I mean, they've never talked about it. I know, like, my dad's had family struggles with, like, alcoholism. I don't know if that's a psychiatric issue. And then I have a lot of cousins with, like, anxiety and depression that are, like, my age.
Anybody you know that's been hospitalized with,
One of my cousins was hospitalized because she's, like, tried to kill herself, like, a couple of times. So, I mean, but that's the only one I know of.
Is this somebody you're close with? Or?
No, she's somebody I see Christmas and Easter.
Oh, okay. Now, have you ever been in therapy like this?
Yeah. I did
psychotherapy. Have you ever?
Therapy when that stuff with my brother went on. I did therapy for a couple months, and then I also did therapy in 7th or 8th grade. That was when like my anxiety started getting really bad. So that was like a year-long thing. I did it like every Wednesday.
How'd that work out for you?
I think it helped. I really liked her, and so it gave me I was able to talk about the things that like stressed me out, and she kind of set up a plan to like help me find strategies to like breathe.
Good. What made you stop?
Pretty much it was just because it was through the school that I was doing my counseling. So like when school ended, I just kind of quit. And then I'm so busy during the summer, I don't have time to be all anxious.
Have you thought about going back to see her, or you just don't?
Right now, since I started my medication back in August, I don't feel like I need to. And if I do, I told my mom. My mom is my therapist.
All right. If you ever think that you need somebody else, make sure you do ask for that help. Now I know we were talking about sometimes you fight with your sisters and get, a little violent.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt yourself go over that edge to the point of doing real harm to anybody, or even thinking of doing real harm to anyone?
No. I'm like killing her?
Well, yeah.
No. I would never. I love her to death. She just gets on my nerves a lot.
And yourself? I mean,
Mm-mm.
no suicidal thoughts,
Mm-mm.
no thoughts of hurting yourself in any
No.
way. Have you ever tried drugs? Any drugs? Marijuana, pills that weren't prescribed to you, anything?
Mm-mm. I mean, like over the counter, like no illegal stuff.
Anything that was not prescribed for you.
Like Tylenol?
Well, Tylenol would be okay. Someone else's medication,
No.
maybe.
Mm-mm.
Before you started your anxiety medications, did you try someone else's out first?
Mm-mm.
Or no? Okay. Now you mentioned something about a church youth group. Did you consider yourself a Christian? Is that
Well, I was never like brought up in a church, so it's kind of one of those things that I'm starting literally the past couple months. And I just now that I can drive, I can go by myself. So I'm like trying to be a Christian. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And then every Wednesday when we do our youth groups or whatever, I bring my two sisters along with me so that Annalyn can start to go to church because I want her to grow up in a church better than I did because we used to go Christmas and Easter and that was it.
so? When you get stressed, do you find yourself in prayer? Do you find yourself?
I mean, I do pray, but like it's not my go-to. I'm not a diehard Christian because I never learned about Christianity. I don't really know anything about it. You know what I mean? So, oh my goodness.
It's okay. Social support. This would be support groups, grief support groups, team support groups. I don't know if there's a
Like
team
our
club
friends?
in your like friends. Do you have friends that you truly know that you can count on to be supportive of your decisions?
Yeah.
Yes.
My friend Daisy. Most of the time, Olivia. My mom. I'm gonna tell her anything. She's really good with it, like advice.
Some people find just a pet to be their support group, somebody that they can love and hug and just
I don't have any
comfort.
pets.
No pets. Now being 15, I assume you're not working.
I mean, I've done like babysitting. I've done housework, yard work, stuff like that. But as far as like a official job, no.
Babysitting, is that something you enjoy? Is
Yes, I love little kids.
that something you can see yourself working in the future? Or?
Definitely. This Friday, my school's doing job shadowing. I'm actually going to job shadow a first grade class, so I'm excited for that.
Okay. And this may or may not qualify, but have you ever felt like you were struggling financially? And I don't mean just you. I mean you as a family. I mean you as a whole. Has there ever been a time where you weren't sure how you were going to pay to keep the lights on? How?
No, as far as like bills and stuff, my parents have always kept the lights on, kept the water running, all that good stuff. Never been kicked out of our house, lost our car, anything like that. Now I do a lot of summer things. Like I do a summer camp with Duke University and so stuff like that. I always go and my parents always figure it out, but like I know they struggle with it because we aren't a high income family. So I mean things like that, but they've never had a problem with the bills, at least that I know of.
How are you personally with money?
Ooh, I like to spend other people's money.
Don't we all?
But I mean I keep mine. For the most part anyways.
How do you get money?
Grandparents, birthdays, Christmas, doing chores, things like
What
that.
kind of chores do you have?
Well, at my mom's, she doesn't pay me. She says I do chores to live at her house, but I just have to do the dishes, and a couple days a week I have to bathe the baby, and then other days she does it. And then at my grandma's or whatever, if I like vacuum the floor, she'll give me $10. Organize her counters or cook supper, or not cook supper, but like do the dishes, clean up after supper, things like that. She'll give me gas money, whatever I need.
So overall, no major stressors going on?
Not really.
Anything else that you could think that you'd like to speak with someone about, or?
Not really. I mean, they're stressed like with school and stuff, just trying to like stay top of my class so I can get to a good college, have a good life, career, blah 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 blah. But I mean, I feel like every kid has that school stress, and then friend groups. You know, there's always drama and stuff. So like, it's literally average things. I don't really have any like major issues that I know of.
Okay. Let's see. What else did we talk about today? So overall, though, I mean, things seem to be going well for you. I mean,
Yeah, I think that like I have a good. I do have friends and like good support around me and stuff. And I can't talk to anybody. I know I can always talk to Charlie because like Charlie's just sweet.
I know you were talking about the relationship with your dad sometimes can get stressful.
My dad's just really immature. He always has been. He's kind of like he doesn't keep a steady job, doesn't keep a steady. He depends on his mom a lot. When we go to spend the weekend with my dad, we spend the weekend at my grandma's. Sometimes like we're supposed to go with him every Wednesday, and sometimes he bails on us to go to the casino. So that kind of sucks. And then he's also, you can't really rely on him for much. Like last Wednesday, he was supposed to come get me and Natalie, and he asked me if I could drive to grandma's house, and he'd give me gas money. And he also wanted me to stop by and get her food. Talking about my sister. Well, we went by McDonald's. We spent about $50 getting food for the two of us, and then I drove all the way out to my grandma's house. He did not give me gas money. He didn't pay us back for lunch. And so things like that, like he says he does things and then doesn't do them. And then even like showing up for things at school and stuff, he doesn't show up a lot. He'll like say he's gonna be there and then, oh, something came up. Or like I said, when I was talking about the thing I do with Duke University, he always said he wants to help pay for that and stuff, and then he'll go and beg his like parents for money. He's supposed to split this year with my mom for my Duke University thing, and he wanted me to drive over to Papa's house because Papa wanted to see me, and he would only give my dad $100 if I came to see him.
So you and Dad are still working on that relationship, huh?
Yes, and the funny part is I'm not supposed, but my papa called my mom and asked if he really needed that $100 because my dad's dad didn't believe and thought that he was going to keep that $100 for himself.
And you've talked to your dad about all this, or is this just kind of...
It's just whatever.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you spending your time with me today. And if there's anything else I can do for you, feel free to call. Come by, whatever it takes. And we will see you later.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Emily.
It was nice meeting you.
Thank you.